Good afternoon, it's 12:30. I am ready to head up to the Apple store for my 110. It's a perfect day. It's actually really hot today. It looks like full summer outside. It's just gone full green. The leaves are big. It's very nice. It's like 80 degrees. So off to the Apple store now. I did my backup last night. Took like 45 minutes for iTunes to back up my phone. It had only been a week since I synced and backed it up. And I noticed that with Time Machine on the Mac, you know, let's say I'll make a backup Friday night at 10 o'clock and then Saturday afternoon at 1. So, you know, it hasn't even been a day. I go and I plug the Time Machine in and it backs up again. And it'll be like 40 gigabytes in 12 hours. I don't know how that much stuff changes. You know, without publishing huge videos, installing applications, doing a lot of stuff that would add or remove or change system files. Just 40 gigs a day seems a bit excessive. So off to the Apple store. See the Ferrari 458? It's in some sort of dark blue. Yep, sitting in the parking lot at TJ Maxx. It's 1:46 and it's been bumper to bumper traffic on 271. I don't know why this should be going 70-80 miles an hour. Now we see flashing lights up here, so somebody shit themselves and screwed it up for a lot of people here. Anyways, Apple store, they did diagnostics. I ran the diagnostics. I'm not going to turn the camera around because it's windy and it's loud. Ran diagnostics on the hardware. Took about 6 minutes. All of the hardware comes out fine. The battery has 276 cycles on it, 91% health. It's not great, but it passes their test. So he said it's a software issue. The software is totally jacked. There's a ton of applications that are crashing. He said this thing's been running like shit, huh? You can tell by the diagnostic. So I need about 48 hours now to sit down with this phone, totally rebuild it, try to remember the passwords to dozens and dozens and dozens of accounts and log into everything again and set it up as new. I don't know when I'm gonna get that kind of time, but that's what it needs. We got 4 police cars and looks like a tow truck maybe. 1 rear-ended pickup truck. Okay, let's go now. Alright, I made it home and I didn't want to have to mow. I wanted to go straight to the car, Lyric Motorsport, check that out. But both of the yards on this side of the street look like hell. Now mine's all shaggy. That one was worse. So I just finished mowing over there and cleaned up. It's about 3:30. I'm going to head in there now and get the update. It's perfect out here. It's maybe on the hot side even. It's about 80 degrees. It's supposed to be up near 90 this next week. And then there's like rain every single day until June 3rd, which is just incredibly inconvenient, but hopefully that's only like stray thunderstorm here and there. Just saw my second Ferrari 458 of the day in Hudson. I didn't get the camera out in time. This one a red convertible. So I was just at Lyric Motorsports and I just drove the car. Yeah, so I got there, it was sitting outside, and I went in, asked how things were going, and they're like, dude, go drive it, go put some miles on it. Threw me the key. They've got the power steering line in, that's dry, we knew that yesterday. What's the other thing? The ABS line had gotten stretched in a place, so we had another harness or something. So he spliced that harness in, and by spliced, it's weather packed, and he said it's just exactly as good, if not better, than the original way that it was wired in terms of weatherproofing or long-term reliability. So that's fixed. Odometer, speedometer work, no more lights on the dash, no check engine lights. One of the Vanos solenoid packs they're thinking has at least 1, if not 2, if not 3, if not 4 misfiring solenoids, faulty solenoids. So they put one of the Vanos packs on from the old engine. The front, I think it's the passenger side, The seals are good. Said it runs fine. There's no code stored. It's fine to drive the way it is. If I want to leave it with the older Vanos in there, there's no difference between the solenoid boards. They're the exact same thing. Or if I wanted to send the one that I had Dr. Vanos replace a couple of the seals on back to Dr. Vanos for an additional fee, they will test and replace solenoids as necessary. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet, but I drove the car a total of about 3 miles. I will detail that experience tonight as I'm about to meet my mom and sister for dinner here in town. This guy always parks here. That's like his spot in the SLS. That is one sweet looking car though. I haven't seen one of those in a while. That looks hot. Oh God. They're at it again. And by they, I mean us. Okay, so Luke is down here in front of Talbot's. What does Talbot's sell, Megan?
Clothes.
Clothing? Old women?
Yeah, for old women.
Old women clothes, okay. So he's gonna pull that one out and move it over here. We don't know whose car that is, but it's a 6-speed 540 on 37s. There's Kennan's car.
Do you see Kennan?
Kennan is standing in the spot behind his car, waiting for Luke to come around. So we have 3. I can't get up high enough.
You're not tall enough?
No, 6'2" is too short.
To wear some wheels.
Yeah, good call. Well, it's going to take a while because neither one of them have PDC. All right, good morning. It's 1 o'clock. Luke and Kennan were here for a while. We watched some comedians in cars getting coffee. We watched some top 10 stuff on YouTube. Hung out for a while. They got really tired. I'm getting really tired. It's the end of the day. I went to the Apple store today. I told you that. I cut some grass across the street. I told you that. Luke came to drop off his bumper. He's replacing his front bumper on the M5. Here's the new one. OEM one he picked up for less than $500 shipped, which is pretty awesome. So that's going to the paint shop in Kent tomorrow. Same guy that did mine. That'll be painted JRSVlog and then will be installed on his car sometime before Timmy Fest. Not sure when. Stopped in to check on the car. I wasn't there very long. I talked with the guys more than messed with the car. When I got there, they threw me the keys, told me to go drive it, so I did. I think I told you about the brakes. That seems to be something's hanging or sticking. They'll figure that out tomorrow. They got to reset the steering angle sensor still, and then I get the car back tomorrow, which is, you know, fantastic and exciting. 24 days behind schedule, but that's not their fault completely. So, how did it drive? Everybody asks me, how does it feel? Well, to be honest, I haven't driven an M5 since March 11th. I didn't want to drive another one aside from mine. So it felt like any other M5. You know, I wasn't used to it. I've been used to the 3 Series, the Genesis. I've driven the Accord, you know, more than I've driven the M5, maybe even this year. But the transmission and the clutch, that's the biggest difference. The new shifter linkage, all of that feels amazing. You know, I didn't drive it over 2,500 RPMs, probably maybe 3,000. But I can just tell that it picks up. It feels really strong. It feels really tight. You know, it's brand new, as it should. Engine feels great. I didn't push it. I left sport off. They got the odometer fixed. That wire, or the speed sensors, that wire had to be repaired. Just feels great. So aside from the noise, get that fixed tomorrow. Then I've got to bring it back. I've got to put the center console in it. I've got to put the shifter in it. A bunch of trim and clips and, you know, stuff that I took out of it before I dropped it off. So we'll get that right. The whole thing will need a bath of some sort. I'm pretty sure it's beyond the abilities of Z6. Not the abilities, but my willingness to smear 2 months, 3 months worth of dirt into the paint. So I'll probably wash it tomorrow. Or tomorrow's Wednesday. I may wash it Thursday. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Not planning on driving it a ton tomorrow. I could. It's like the last decent day weather-wise, but I want to get it back and get things in line. Maybe I'll go out tomorrow night before the Cavalier game for a little bit. But it's got 16, 17, 18 miles on the new engine. They may or may not take it out tomorrow for some further road testing, make sure the noise is gone, all of that. But that's great. I'm looking forward to have it back, get used to it again, and then I'll do kind of a part 3 probably with E39 source of a little bit of the break-in and having it back and that experience. May actually start that tomorrow, not sure. But I'm gonna go to bed. Tomorrow's gonna be busy. We're gonna try to do spark plugs on Luke's M5. He's spending the night at Kennan's. So we'll see if we can't knock that out. I know I need to cut grass here, and then we're picking the car up at 4-ish. So that'll give me the majority of the afternoon and late morning to get the house stuff done and ready. So I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna shower and get to bed. I need to get a haircut too, I might do that tomorrow. But that was Tuesday, it was fun. Talk to you tomorrow on Wednesday, it'll probably be even funner, if that's a word. All right, good night.